Day 3, Romford Film Festival. First Q&A of the day, am I right in assuming? Absolutely, right. Do you go down, introduce yourselves, your role, and which project you're from?
So I'm Muneeb Nazir. I'm the writer and director of Made in England.
I'm Jake Stevens, played Aaron in Made in England. Made in England.
I'm Helen Baird and I play Janine in Made in England.
Okay, I think I want to start at the beginning. Where did this concept come from, and at what point did you all get involved in the project?
Sure. So it's kind of based on real events. It references the riots which took place in 2024. So I think the riots happened at the end of July, start of August, I think.
Yeah.
And we were in production in October. So it kind of all came together really quickly. I mean, we kind of got things going as quickly as we could on this one. I had a really strong emotional reaction to the riots, both on a personal level and stories I was hearing. So I just thought, let's get rid of the traditional script structure and let's just jump in and try and explore and find out what happens.
I mean, I joined on, I don't know.
October, I think.
Yeah, so quite quick. Obviously I auditioned, like I saw the casting and I was like reading about Aaron and I was like, yeah, I think that's an amazing story to tell. And then, from then it was sort of jumped in early and we sort of went along, sort of figured it out a little bit as we went. Yeah, it was good.
And it was really interesting to come on like later on in the project, to kind of see all the incredible work that you guys have been doing and also see what kind of the heart of the film is, which is really fascinating, and telling kind of the other side of the story. And that was really interesting to kind of explore that both with Muneeb and Jake, which was great.
So you mentioned that there was no official script that was written. So what was the production process like, and what was sort of the atmosphere on set as you were working through?
So I did kind of have like a treatment before we went in, with bits of dialogue and so on added. But essentially I wrote something really quickly. We went into production in October. We actually shot the back end of the film first, so which is why the structure's a bit all over the place kind of. So we shot that, I went away, edited some of it, and then we shot a second round in February the following year, and then we shot a third round after that, which is when Helen came in. So she came in really late. I mean, all in all, it was like an 8-month production. And I think you came in month 7 or month 8.
Yeah.
So by that point, it was almost all done. But it was quite nice in the way that instead of just having a traditional script, we could I could work with the actors, find out where the characters were going, and Jake actually helped inform the story itself.
Okay.
So a lot of the Janine scenes actually come from Jake. So it just felt like a more traditional way of working.
Yeah. So how did you find working out a sequence? Because I know that some people hate it so much and they have to work exactly as the script reads. Or is this something that you've done before?
Not done it before, and having done it now, it is maybe the dumbest way to make a film. But I mean, we had fun doing it, and I mean the whole point of making the film for me was trying to explore the themes of the film, the actual event itself, and actually work with actors and try and have them more as like really strong collaborators rather than just telling them what to say and dictating what they should do during a traditional period. But yeah, music's exciting. I'd like to kind of maybe not do the same thing again, but kind of something in a similar vein.
Yeah, for sure.
It was quite like the way we shot it. Obviously, you talk about like what the environment like was on set and kind of how that was. I mean, I had a blast, loved every minute of it, and it was really nice because, I mean, me and you were kind of together through the whole production. We would like, especially towards the end when you got in, it would be like, we were chatting obviously over text, like in the little breaks in between, should we do this with a character, or let's do this. And then because we were shooting out a sequence, we kind of had it's insane when you think about it, shooting it that way, especially trying to stay in the mindset of the character the whole time, and then get back into it when you pick up production, like, where are we in the story? And then, trying to keep a continuous story in your head. But the actual way it all came about was really lovely because we were just, like, one of the nicest things I think a director's ever said to me when we were talking about what we were going to take in like, I remember we were on set one day and you said something to the effect of like, you know Aaron just as well as I do, and I was like, yes, this is so nice. But yeah, it was lovely. It was great fun.
And so, sorry, were you gonna-
No, I was just going to say what was really nice when I came on, obviously, latter to end of the project. It was so well established what this world was and the characters, and I think what was really nice is both Muneeb and Jake were really helpful in informing that whole story and how just as Janine fitted in, which was great. And also their relationship was really well kind of developed as part of like that story and how much that meant to Aaron the character. Again, it's just really nice to come in into that process and again have that really lovely collaborative between the two, all three of us. So that's really nice.
Absolutely. And seeing as production was so quick, how quickly did the characters take on sort of shapes? How quickly was it, this is exactly how they're going to behave?
Well, production was quick in the sense that we went into production very quickly. The actual production itself was 8 months. So these guys had a lot of time to kind of figure out what they wanted to do, where we wanted to take it. And, I mean, I kind of tried to find a middle ground between saying this is what I'm trying to achieve, but leaving enough space where these guys can bring what they want to it.
Yeah, sure.
And the way they kind of play the characters is fairly different to what I imagined when I was in my rewriting. So actually that's a testament to these guys and how much they've kind of brought to the characters themselves.
Yeah, stop it, big flirt. Because really luckily when we found out a date and when we were going to go like fully into production and everything, you sent me, Muneeb sent me a load of resources and stuff and was like, because I'd already, after we had the first audition and then we kind of had another chat and you were like, yeah, I'd love it if you did it. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I immediately just went like full nerd mode and spent a load of time being like, oh, here's what I want to do. Here's my idea of Aaron. Like even for the audition we were talking about it earlier, before I joined the Zoom call, I shaved my head. Because when I read the first little bit I got, I was like, dude, this is how this guy looked.
Yeah.
And then I just spent a load of time, obviously, we'd get the script through. And then obviously there were a couple of edits and stuff, but had an amazing script to work with. So I just obviously read through it and was like picking it apart, watching a load of documentaries and stuff of the riots, using that as a backdrop for how Aaron thinks and everything.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, luckily, like, you know, I'd be like, oh, what do you think of, this is the way I imagined, like, I know Aaron's family, I know he's got an uncle, do you know what I mean, like, he wasn't mentioned in the film, shout out Uncle Fred, but like, stuff like that, and then it, you know, thankfully you kind of get into a flow where I was like, this is what I think, this is how he looks in my mind, and you'd be like, yeah, we can do that way, and it's really lucky as an actor to have that sort of environment to work with as well.
Absolutely.
No, I was just going to say, absolutely, and it was really helpful coming on the project when all the documentaries that you sent across me was really, really helpful to kind of get in that mindset and understand not just the people who were in the riots, but the families who were involved and why they felt like that way, and the kind of where they were in their household and all the things they were going through. Just really helpful to understand what it really feels to be as part of that process. And also what was really nice is when we were doing the scenes again, we were like explaining where we were in the film and what was just happened before and all that kind of lovely stuff, which is really nice to inform that, like, the moment beforehand. And also their family dynamic, the fact that Crystal was something that was unexpected, again changes their whole situation financially. So no, really, really wonderful process with both of them.
It sounds amazing. I mean, obviously the film looked and was amazing, and now that you've seen it on, it's like in the space like this, what are you hoping the audiences are actually going to take away from this?
I guess I just wanted to spark a conversation. I feel like everything in the film's already being said, but it's just one group shouting at another group. I've not actually seen it before where somebody's actually sat down and talked through it like adults, and I'm just hoping to kind of achieve that with this film. So, yeah, I mean, my goal is basically just try and create something I haven't seen before, which is this kind of subject matter in cinema, something that affects the British public, and is probably in the British eye just as much now as it was 2 years ago. So yeah, hopefully people see it, at least, I suppose, start the conversation.
Yeah, with I think after seeing it, first of all, dude, that was sick. But yeah, no, after watching it, I think especially watching, it was so nice seeing that it did come across as it was intended with, like, Aaron and Noir's, like, their dynamic and the conversation they had, especially because it's quite a, volatile subject matter, and I think especially because it's so current and such a difficult topic to navigate around and stuff like that. I think I mean, not to sound too bleak, but at the moment, everything the way it is, everyone seems to just want to shout at each other.
Yeah.
It seems quite divided. So hopefully, if someone watches a film like that, and you've got two best mates who come from arguably quite different cultural backgrounds, but they're united by where they grew up in, their relationship, that sort of thing. I think, yeah, if the only thing I'd want someone to sort of do after watching it is be like, oh, maybe we can talk our way through this if you just approach it with love and care. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I think it's just really nice, again, after seeing the film, that these are normal people, these are real people. And I think it's something that's massively in the media presented as these are people who don't exist. It's really interesting, I can't remember the exact line, but it was like these aren't imaginary people, imaginary groups, and they're real people on both sides being affected. And again, just kind of a takeaway that I personally had is that they both have so much more in common than they do different, but they can't see that because of everything, the world that they live in and everything like that, and the world that we live in all. So I think it's just really nice to see that a little bit of empathy in a conversation would go a long way.
Definitely, I think it was a very real conversation. I feel like it's something that I've not heard of before, but there are moments in that conversation like, oh, I've heard someone say that before. And sort of looking forward, and what sort of lessons have you learned? What sort of things can you take away from this production that you feel like you're going to sort of hold on to and keep moving forward?
I suppose the first thing is the way I work with actors. I've always tried to have a semi-open relationship, but I think it's kind of just broke the door down entirely for me. It was so much fun working with these guys. I can't tell you how much fun it was. I used to really, like, earlier in my short films, you'd be really stressed out about production, but sharing the load, I mean, it just makes it so much nicer. I used to kind of look forward to actually shooting. And it kind of just felt like, in the nicest way, just a group of friends just getting together and trying to make a project similar how you would do when you were younger. And it just felt a lot more creative, so I'd like to keep that going forwards. But yeah, maybe something I want to try again is maybe I'd have a more traditional script, even if I let actors improvise a bit more. Because I mean, we create the film backwards, more or less. So we had the last bit first, and then we kind of had the first half in part two, and then we added all the Janine scenes at the end. So it's kind of maybe the wrong way to do it. But yeah, a lot of fun.
It was amazing. To be honest, I think I need to stop moving my forehead so much in scenes. Other than that, I as an actor anyway, this film, because this was like my first, like since I've been out of drama school and stuff, my first proper, like it's my first feature film.
Congratulations.
Thank you very
That's
much.
amazing.
Thank you very much. But yeah, I think my process as an actor kind of, obviously just being open about it, you get a bit nervous when you're looking down the barrel of like, oh, this is, because it started as a two-hander, then it became a character, then, so then I was like kind of bricking it a bit like, oh, I as an actor need to trust my own process and that I can create this character. And I think it kind of taught me that, especially when you're lucky enough to have a director like Muneeb, and you're in a production with an amazing team and everything like that, you can just kind of, you can trust your gut, and just, I'd take away that, if you've got the right text and you put enough effort in and you really care and you approach the work the right way, you just got to let it rip and just trust your gut.
For sure.
Absolutely. I think for me, it's always a team game, and I think this set and these wonderful human beings, it shows that it really is that like amazing art of storytelling, and kind of just diving in, and like Jake just said, just diving in full in, and then whatever comes out is going to be an incredible thing, or we'll tell the story that we're all trying to tell. And it's just been really nice because during the moments on set, it was just such a nice atmosphere. And I think the greatest work that we can do is create it when everyone feels comfortable and safe. And that's just really nice that obviously both Muneeb and Jake create that environment, because I came on latter end, so it was wonderful to come in and just be like, oh, this is a really nice place to be, a really nice place to work. So thank you both very much.
I mean, it sounds absolutely amazing. It sounds like a fantastic atmosphere on set. I think we got a little bit of time to open up the floor to some questions. If anyone in the audience.
Hands up. No, straight away. Thank you. I was interested to note that it was set in Clacton with its famous absentee MP. Was that a deliberate choice?
how do I say this diplomatically? I think the reason why I chose Clacton is between Clacton and Jaywick, they're the two most deprived towns in England, which is just insane to think about when you think about how they're only an hour from London. So I just thought I wanted to highlight that, maybe the side of cinema you don't necessarily see. I think whenever you see a Hollywood film, it's Big Ben and all that sort of stuff, but actually Clacton exists as well. I think it deserves to have a story just as much as London does.
Anyone else? Other hands? I've got one for our lead playing Aaron. Was it? Obviously, you've got to take yourself out of the situation when you're getting into that character. You've got to become the character. But now you are yourself, removed from the project, watching it today. How do you feel about Aaron?
That's a really good question because I spent so much time as him. Even watching it now, I found myself still thinking about what Aaron was thinking about when we were shooting it. So I don't think, because I spent all that time being him and everything like that and getting into the headspace, if I had to remove myself completely, if I'm honest, I do feel really sorry for Aaron because he's a hard-working bloke who really cares and he's really angry and he's really confused. And, you know, seems like the geezers you meet down the pub local who after 6 pints tells you about his life story and you go, man, I'm sorry to hear you're struggling. So yeah, I feel really sorry for Aaron. I think he's scared and he's trying to do his best to keep his family and himself above water. And yeah, obviously whilst some of the takes he was coming out with aren't quite what I'd say are my views, but I think all in all, just looking at him as a person, he's kind of your everyman, like someone who removed obviously the politics of it and everything like that. It's a real story, isn't it? He's a real person. He's someone who's got a family, and you know we've all got to keep the lights on and keep mouths fed. So, you know, sound bloke.
Anyone else? Well, we've got one finally.
Run.
Oh.
Can work for it.
You were talking about how great it was on the set. I was just wondering what all your favourite moments were.
I remember one.
My favourite moment was, I'm not sure if it is the poster photo, but it's one of the photos that might have been an option, I think. It was when it was a really nice day and we were outside, and there was this, it was like a little courtyard out place we were filming, and we were just sunshine, and then you guys took the photo. I just thought it was just like one of those like, oh, we're really doing this. It's in a really exciting way. So Jake had the flag on his back, and it was just really one of those. Then we were just like having a break from filming, and it was like, oh, this is, you know, it's just like one of those moments where you realise we're making movies here, which is really good fun. So that was really nice.
Felt like pals. Sorry, felt like we were pals. It was quite nice.
Yeah, it was really lovely.
I think my favourite moment for me was seeing these guys. Well, I think I came in one day and I had a look at Jake's script, and he just crossed out like half what I'd written. And I was thinking, okay, so we're making a slightly different film then. But actually that was great because it showed that he was taking ownership of the film. And it's, in a way, it was really nice to see that. And then when we started shooting, scenes started breathing on its own and taking a whole new life thanks to these guys. So I think for me, just seeing the fact that I started the process, but actually you end up giving it to the actors and they end up doing what they want with it, and that was the most rewarding thing for me.
Yeah, obviously for me it was the actual like hanging out. Like obviously this was the most fun I've ever had on the production. Do you know what I mean? But especially we spent a lot of time. Like one of the days it was kind of just us two driving around, taking a load of like some of it got in, some of it didn't. Just driving around in my car, like shooting a couple of scenes, things like that. And you know, we just spent all day talking about it, talking about the world, about like obviously things contextual to the film. But we went and got a Pizza Hut and then hung out. And that day, rather comically, we were shooting like a scene that didn't make it. And you know, when I was meant to leave, I was looking all stressed.
Yeah.
He was walking backwards, holding the camera, and I'm like really tense and in the scene and super there. And then all of a sudden, he just hits a car, just backed up into a car and nearly tripped over.
Nice.
And then immediately, I just lost the plot. And then I had to take like 10 minutes to try and be like, yeah, I'm serious actor. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was fun.
It sounds. Is there any one more maybe? You got the time? Anyone?
No,
I have one.
everyone's shy. You got one, go for it.
Very quick. What's next? Where are we all going? What's the plan? I mean, what's the plan for the rest? Is this the film still doing a festival run, or are we moving on?
Yeah, so this is the premiere of the film. Very happy to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, the film's still doing its festival run, so hopefully playing a few more locations after this one.
Yeah, I mean, whatever comes up with this, just trying to keep in contact and be everything I can. But yeah, dude, I need to get like an agent. I need to get new headshots. I need to try and actually lock in. But yeah, that's it. Just try and get stuff done.
Also, really, I've never actually told Muneeb this, but after we filmed and you were the whole production going through and like writer, director, doing it like basically yourself, which is amazing, and getting other incredible creators involved. I actually went on to write my first film, so it's something which is which is again genuinely, but after this process, like, no, I can't do this, and I think it's a huge again after this process. You don't always have to be an imposter in the room. You can just be like, no, I can do this yourself. I don't need someone to give me a badge to say that I can write something, which is amazing. So no, I'm sorry, this is what it is, yeah. So starting that, which is crazy and really exciting. So yeah,
That's the best compliment you can get.
Definitely.
Can we get a round of applause for that, by the way?
If we keep it going for everyone, I mean, I think that's kind of out of time.